What's up and welcome to Delightful D News and Views. I'm your host, DJ. Christian Toby Obumseli wanted to be a high-value man like popular YouTuber Kevin Samuels. On his Instagram page, he is Versace'd down to the socks. He showed himself wearing expensive watches and even got the kind of woman Kevin tells men to get. She was fit, had a nice body, and seemed to be, quote, following the program. Watch until the end because I'm going to explain how trying to be a high-value man led Toby to choose an OnlyFans model who took his life. Toby wanted to keep up with the Joneses. From scrolling his Instagram page, it's very clear that image was extremely important to him and that he placed a high priority on ensuring that folks knew that he had money and that he was not afraid to spend it. On just about every picture that you come across, it's very scripted, it's very filtered. There are no off-the-cuff shots of him just having a good time. Everything is very staged to show off a watch or a Versace robe or a particular location. And speaking of location, he always made sure to tag these very exotic destinations that he was visiting, places like the Maldives and other pricey locations. And you have to wonder, was Toby starting to feel the pressure and the strain of keeping up appearances? You see, it's a very tough thing to always ensure that you're wearing the most expensive watch or that you have on the most expensive shoes. And it appears that Toby was deep into this lifestyle, which led to him making some unfortunate decisions. In his work as an image consultant, Kevin Samuels teaches men, particularly Black men, how to present themselves in a professional and upscale way and how to attract women based on status. Now, there's nothing inherently wrong with that, but to someone young and impressionable like Toby, this thinking could be taken too far. For example, Toby showed a lot of propensity to choose the partner, Courtney Tailor, based on her physical appearance and her rather voluptuous assets. However, it doesn't seem he put as much weight or stock into her character. She has gone on radio shows and talked openly about how she only dates, quote, rich Black men. She talks openly about how she values their money before anything else, and I'm sure she did not hide that from Toby. So essentially, Toby was willing to accept a woman who only wanted him for the image that he was putting forth, that he could afford all these expensive trips and that he could spend all of this money. And so essentially, he put himself in a position where it was all about image and nothing more. Now, we know that there have been several domestic violence incidents. We've also heard from their friends that she has put hands on this man. She has laid hands on him. So Toby was so desperate to, boost his status by having this kind of woman on his arm that he was willing to even put up with domestic violence and being abused. Now let's talk money, because money makes the world go round, right? Well, I have been reading from different folks online, and some are questioning whether Toby had the amount of money that he was portraying to the world. Some are saying that he was living with Courtney and that the luxury high-rise that he liked to take pictures in front of love with the beautiful pools and all the fancy trappings. Some folks are saying that allegedly this was her luxury high-rise and that Toby had gone to live with her. So in other words, people are alleging that Toby didn't actually have the money that he was presenting to the world, but that he was actually faking it until he made it and was living off of his OnlyFans girlfriend. Now, this is all alleged. I cannot confirm or deny, but what I will say is that it would be very interesting to find out exactly where the money was coming from, because we know that OnlyFans model do bring in, you know, tens of thousands of dollars. And so if she got with Toby under the impression that he had all this money that he could splurge on her and that he was super wealthy and that he was going to be a come up, but then it turned out that she was the one who actually had the bills and had to pay for everything and had to pay for the expensive trips, then that would probably explain why there were so many fights between them. Now, from my research, it appears that one of Toby's job titles was account executive, and it appears that he was selling very high-priced products, possibly software. And from my research, the average salary of an account executive in Texas is about $68,000 to $69,000, which is a very nice salary. I think that's above the average in America, but definitely not rich. So let's put that into perspective. Toby might have been trying to live a baller's lifestyle on an account executive's salary. The passing of Toby could be a lesson to men, which is that placing more value on physical appearance than character could cost you everything, including your life. You see, Toby was so wrapped up in doing it for the gram and making sure that you knew he was in the Maldives and making sure that he had a woman who had a nice body, that literally nothing else mattered. He didn't care that she was abusing him. He didn't care that she was disrespecting him. He was willing to put up with it just so that he could appear to be high value, and now he's no longer here. And that's all I have to say about that. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think that Toby was too focused on image and doing it for the gram? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching.